Even now at the professional level, I'm like, how do people not know like where to move? Like it blows my mind still. Like, but I think it just makes me like really appreciative of like what Coach Bluter was able to do when we were at Iowa. Like she was so smart. She was able to like construct a team and make sure everyone always knew what they were gonna do, whether you were the smartest basketball player on the team or you weren't. Like you were always on the same page with your teammates.
What happens if the most dynamic playmaker in the WNBA is ordered to stop doing what makes her so amazing? That's precisely what's happening in Indiana. According to Caitlin Clark, she thrives on rapid activity, but the coach wants the game to calm down. Pace isn't the only factor here. It concerns the collision of two radically dissimilar basketball ideologies. Caitlin didn't hold back either, mentioning a late-game situation in which they lost points due to the safe call. We're dissecting why this conflict goes beyond simple disagreement. It might alter the course of her career.
I'm sorry. Caitlin Clark not throwing a lob pass to this area right here is a bad play. You throw the lob pass over Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke's not athletic enough. You hit Kelsey Mitchell for a wide open layup. That is the play. Anything else is a dumb play.
Caitlin Clark claims to have told her the entire tale about one particular possession. Not in a movie review, not after the game, but in the midst of it. There are 2 minutes remaining. Indiana is ahead by 12. She adds that the call came. And to slow things down, stroll them up, drain the clock, and play it safe rather than shutting the door. Letting the defense breathe was not secure from her perspective alone.
You don't understand how hard it was for me to not throw that. And she's like, oh, I know, trust me. Everybody was like, we saw you about to throw that. But I think it's just like kind of a learning process. And it goes back to like even my shot thing. Like it's just time and score and understanding. I think that's like where I can still kind of improve. Like, do we really need that?
The ball is confined. She sees Kelsey Mitchell walking stride to the edge of the open floor. That bucket isn't a maybe without a single hand in her face. That is a layup. His first thought is, hit her now. Additionally, 2 is a given. She also believes that the game is over if there are 2 more points. Much better than ever milking a 30-second possession.
The best case scenario is 2 points. It does not matter how much of the shot clock you burn in a 12-point game. It is better that you are up 14 than up 12.
The pace slows to a crawl rather than breaking free. One intentional half-court dribble. The window crashed shut, the channel collapses, and the entire defense is reset in a split second. You can see that Clark thrives on those half-second reads if you've observed her over the years. She claimed that right then, she would have made the WNBA's best pass. It's not conceded. She was totally convinced by what she witnessed.
I started the fourth quarter off with like 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row, and Steph yanked me and she was like this is like a learning moment. Like you got to be able to like, yes, like maybe it could have been there, like maybe you could have thrown a little bit better of a pass, maybe they could have caught it, but like, do we need that in this moment? Like, no.
Caitlin Clark trusted her ability to throw a pass on target before the defense could react because she understood the timing and spotted the mismatch. However, they were playing keep away from the opponent rather than the clock. Here's where. She's completely transparent. She believes that keeping a lead safe does not entail spoiling it. It entails making it inaccessible.
It is literally a mentality of playing not to lose or playing to win. And it's very clear that Caitlin Clark's mentality is, we're playing to blow teams out.
In her mind, the team on the other sideline begins to consider the bus route home when you wake up at 14 minutes before the hour. They have more reasons to think they're still in it every second you pause. Running the shot clock down just because you can is not compatible with that strategy.
Whereas Stephanie White's mentality, you can see it by how they played, especially with Caitlin. Stephanie White's mentality, we saw was why they were blowing so many 4-quarter leads. She tried to dribble the clock out. Stephanie White wants to dribble the clock out in the 4th quarter, and that's her natural instinct, is to dribble the clock out in the 4th quarter.
Clark even smiled in the midst of it, not for laughs, but because she recognized she and Coach White were playing to completely different games at that precise time. White desired command. Clark desired traction. Structure was prized by White. Before the defense could reload, Clark planned to launch an attack. It wasn't a subtle gap in that moment, it seemed like a canyon. The focus of just one possession shifted from Kelsey Mitchell's to missed points. It turned into an ideal snapshot of the larger problem: the Fever system versus Clark's instincts. And once you perceive things that way, your perspective on everything that comes after is altered. Every possession begins to feel like a struggle between chaos and control, speed and order.
I mean this when I say this. I would rather Caitlin Clark make... If Caitlin makes 4 of those crazy passes and two of them come off and 2 of them don't, I would rather her make that pass 4 times, because if those passes come off, it's a guaranteed 2 points. If they don't come off, you might concede.
This was never just about a missed layup for Clark. It concerned the slowing down, reshaping, and molding of a basketball styles so that it no longer feels like her own. It's about seeing a system that values patience over pressure abuse her greatest weapon, unpredictability, and it becomes increasingly obvious that this isn't just about one fourth quarter night the more you examine it. It's about an identity conflict that won't go away quickly.
Caitlin Clark likes the ball in her hand. She's more of a read and react type player. Well, I'm here to tell you, she just went on Sue Bird and she just spilled the beans, bruh. She missed Lisa Bluter. She missed the way they ran the offense. She missed the entire thing.
Caitlin's ability to score isn't her greatest strength. She is able to view a play before it is performed. The issue is that the weapon essentially disappears the moment you slow her down and force her to perform excessively planned action. In a blur, she refers to it as playing. Her best performance occurs when she responds to whatever is immediately in front of her rather than standing there attempting to recall the fourth choice from a practice session.
I can't stand Stephanie White as a basketball coach for Caitlin Clark. I don't think that Stephanie White is a bad coach. Don't get it twisted. She's not a bad coach at all. I just don't think she's the right coach for Caitlin Clark.
She usually mentions the times she was rushing up the court while the defense was scurrying and making reads in real time when discussing her best basketball moments. That is the source of the magic. Quick pull-ups during transitions, lead ahead, dimes, and no-look passes are all effective when used with a slow, methodical half-court strategy. Putting a governor on a sports automobile is analogous to that. It can still exist, of course, but you just took away its unique quality.
She was a rebound and assist off a 32-point triple level. And is the only reason her team's in the game. And let's be real, in the post-game press conference, Caitlin Clark made sure to give out about Caitlin Clark not passing the ball to Danis.
Sequence after sequence currently forms the foundation of the Fever's fluid offensive. Feed the post, cut there, pass here, and reverse it. Since all of that takes time, defenders have an opportunity to regroup and position themselves optimally. According to Clark, she was essentially instructed to dribble the clock out during the fourth quarter.
I'm sorry, we played the percentages. What is the likelihood that Caitlin Clark makes an assist to Kelsey Mitchell on that break? 85%. 85%. And the difference is, do you want to know what the difference is? Is that Caitlin gets a steal, dribbles in, hits Kelsey Mitchell, the crowd gets hyped. Is a crowd going to get hyped when you start dribbling the ball to halfway line?
When the defense is backpedaling, Clark must hold it and wade rather than assault. And any chaotic advantage vanishes when the teens reach that age. She had consistent spacing back in Iowa, ready to pull our first shooters. Everyone is at ease. Looking early in the shot clock, it wasn't only a run and gun exercise. The spacing was intended to force the defender to make a decision right away. And Caitlin was prepared with a response whatever of their response.
Even our backup post players, I always think about how Coach Bluter ran practices and things, and I'm very fortunate looking back and now going to watch other colleges' practices and things like that. She really was so intentional about making sure everyone was on the same page and knew what they were doing and knew their role.
Before the weak side help even realized who they were protecting, Clark was able to swing the ball to the corner. It is supported by genuine data, not just gut instinct. She is far more efficient in transitions than she is in half-court possessions. Her numbers increase when she pushes. It's not because she's making a lot of shots, but rather because the defense doesn't have time to attack her.
25 to go. This is a 12-point game. The game is as good as over, but Caitlin has two choices to basically give them a basket. They can dagger the shot. At this stage, I don't care. I don't care. You've won the game anyway. You have to do really dumb shit to lose the game. But like, there's no reason why Caitlin needs to take that dribble with the right hand.
Clark walking the ball up while facing at a defense that has already determined how it would trap or switch before she even reaches half court is comparable to that. She has acknowledged that everything slows down, and not in a positive way there. Instant her brain enters think mode. What was once intuitive transforms into reluctance, readings take longer, and passing lanes disappear faster.
It's not Caitlin's fault that her teammates don't know where to go on the basketball court, bro. Like, if she passed you the ball, you should mentally know you're a professional damn athlete, where your feet need to be set, where you need to be positioned at in the basketball game. If you're running a play, if she's coming off a pick and roll, it could be any set.
Defenses in the WNBA are too strong for that. If you give them one more beat, they will stop talking to you. They will send more bodies your way if you let them rest. For this reason, talking about pace is more than just running up the floor. The goal is to maintain Clark in her environment, making snap decisions at full speed.
Any coach, and I mean this, any coach that makes the best passer in the WNBA not either give the ball to Kelsey Mitchell for an open layup or hit Sophie Cunningham for an open three-point shot should not be listened to.
She is unpredictable while she is moving. Instead of defenses responding to her, they are responding to her. However, if you slow it down, the equilibrium changes. The terms are now being dictated by them. This goes beyond simply reducing her assist totals or shot totals. The goal is to transform her into a different character from the chaos-driven attack-first player that we have previously encountered. You run the risk of weakening the very edge that initially makes her so scary if you do this.
Caitlin Clark's a player that plays off instinct. Like, Caitlin is a player who plays off instinct. Caitlin's a player who goes on runs. The problem is that if Caitlin starts overthinking, she doesn't go on the runs. The runs are when Caitlin just decides.
Many individuals observing this scenario believe Stephanie White is attempting to change Caitlin Clark into someone she is not. Furthermore, it goes beyond simple fan banter. It is evident in the way the team executes their offensive and who gains from it. White reportedly wants Caitlin to play more like some guards who are designed for slower, more deliberate basketball. Consider yourself intelligent, patient, systematic, and predictable. Players that prefer to control every beat of the possession could find that effective. The problem is that Caitlin is in danger because she is the complete opposite of that. The foundation of her strategy is chaos for defense. It's the fast trigger passes that were unexpected. 2 steps ahead of schedule, it's striking a cutter.
Caitlin Clark talking about her coach Lisa Bluder and how smart she is with offense. If you understand offense and how to break it down, you would understand how sophisticated the offense was. And it's all about fit and floor spacing.
The readiness to execute the skip pass as soon as a defender blinks is what it is. It is precisely this unpredictability that gives her the upper hand. You eliminate that uncertainty when you begin to advise her to calm down and wait for the offensive to go through all of its movements. That's precisely why some people claim that White's vision resembles a Paige Boer-style mold. Once more, it's not Caitlin's words, but a measured, tranquil manner that doesn't depend on a steady tempo.
If there's any passiveness in Caitlin Clark, I'm sorry, the Stephanie White wants you to be Paige Beckers. But like, if Stephanie White really wants you to be Paige Beckers, go to Amber and be like, look, I'm clearly not the player this coach wants. Go trade me for Paige. Go trade me for Paige. Go send me to Dallas. Go send me to Dallas. I don't care.
The impact this has on colleagues is quite evident. Consider Kelsey Mitchell as an example. Mitchell becomes a headache to protect in a system that moves more quickly and freely. Without the ball, she is sprinting, catching before her defender, can react, and then attacking or pulling up right away. This is the query. Should Indiana adopt her style, or should Caitlin adopt the Fever's? Because, regardless of how they respond, That choice will either serve as a model or a warning sign for the WNBA's future generation of players.